let's see what we can do. I'm going to look a little at my equipment very quickly. I don't think I'm going to use this hood at the moment. I'm going to keep the monocle, I think, because I like it. Let's see about the boots that Jay is wearing at the moment. I really like this one. I think it will be very helpful on her. Next, I wanted to change the weapon Severan is using because I'm not using the best sword I have with him. In fact, Kibela is using the best sword at the moment. So I think I'm going to give her this one, and I'm going to take this one. And also I wanted to change something with Kibela because now she can use some weapon, some new weapons. Let's see. Let's sort it by type, I guess. So she can use this one, the Venom Blade now. So this is obviously very good for her. And we are going to use this. Okay. I wanted also to remove this item from Heinrich's because it's really not for him. This is for Kibela. Should be more interesting on her. Let's check also the medkits I am using. So I think let's put not this one, I guess. Okay, 2, 0, 2. I think I'm going to use also. It was this one, or I don't remember. No, it's this one. Okay. Abelard. Okay. Jira, that's okay. Kibela, also. Heinrich's. Which one? Maybe this one. Okay, I can choose it. And on her, I'm going to choose also this one. Okay, this is done. And that's it. Maybe I can sell a few things really quickly. Let's see what I can sell quickly. I'm not sure. Yeah, I can sell this. And also, I think I have a few rifles that I am not using. Let's go with this. Okay, that will be all. So, during this episode, we are going to land finally on Kiavagama, but before, during the last episode, we have learned a few things about Pascal. So, what do we know about Pascal at the moment? We know that he has betrayed his mentor. We know that he regrets it. We know that he is looking for him. We also have met someone named Abel. Abel was in contact with his mentor, but we don't know the relationship Abel had with Amanat. We have retrieved a data slate belonging to Abel. We have collected information on this data slate, but some of this information remain inaccessible to Pascal at the moment. And during the last episode, Pascal has been accused of corruption. Someone has corrupted a main fabricator on Kiavagama. And this person could be Pascal. Pascal claims his innocence, but he has used a key code belonging to Tarsus, and the person that has corrupted the fabricator on Kiavagama has also used his key code to corrupt the fabricator. So that's where we are. If you are interested in the story related to Pascal, you can check episode 4 and 7. I have added timestamps, and you can access specific dialogues with him or with Abel. Let's talk to him to collect more information.
My apologies. 19% of my processing power is engaged in the analysis of my tech comrade's memory. My response time may be longer than usual.
Have you found anything out?
The data is scarce. His identification code is the same as mine, and his memory contains data confirming that the assassination did take place. Unfortunately, some of his memory was damaged by pulses broadcast by his battle harness. I can assert with some confidence that he was who he claimed to be, and that he served the Deus Mechanicus earnestly and eagerly.
He gave off the impression of a paranoid madman.
Notwithstanding his permanent state of agony, he was not cognitively dysfunctional. His desire to immediately destroy the object he had deemed profane was partly dictated by his engrammatic augmetics, which were receiving imperatives from his battle harness. In light of the oddness of our matching identification codes, I find merit in his hypothesis as to the existence of a clandestine malevolent agent or conspiracy operating inside our fraternity.
Who do you think was behind the assassination?
No data available. I will hypothesize that the assassination was instigated by an enemy of the Blessed Amanat's doctrine. I accept the possibility that the assassins were targeting me, only to be led astray by Tarsus and my own identical identifiers. I am concerned about the fate of Archmagos Amanat. According to Opticon 22, he went missing in the wake of the incident on an Arch Mechanicus, the Hermetico. Information about that ship and its perishing has been purged from the archives. I accept the possibility that the incident on the ship, the concealed data, and the assassination have all been part of a single conspiracy.
You were hunted too. Remember our meeting on Rykad Minoris and the people who posed as heretics?
This statement is true. There were also the bodies we discovered in the hallowed electrodynamic cenobium.
True.
Of unknown infiltrators who had posed as members of the cult of the Final Dawn. There is merit to the hypothesis that all carriers of Magos Haneman's identification code are targets of persecution.
Are you not surprised that Amanat's words had such an effect on Opticon 22?
I was not knowledgeable as to how popular Blessed Amanat's teaching was in explorator circles. The Cognizance fleet is massive. His ideas might have found a larger following on its periphery than in the Mother Squadron.
Amanat was a believer and he caused a schism. Tarsus was a believer and he turned into a zealot. Faith can be dangerous. True.
Of course, faith is dangerous. Faith is the prerogative of the spirit, and a spiritless mind is an enemy of all existence. Without faith, there is no meaning in anything, no point to any aspirations or limitations. But faith can take different forms. The form of prohibitions established by unknown elders. The form of an audacious violation of those prohibitions. The form of following dogma or of schism. The form of following the cycle or of discontinuing the cycle. In a system with two courses of action, schism is, in inevitable, and only one of these paths will be true, as truth is discreetly separate from untruth.
Pascal Vezor seems to almost pierce you with its glow. Did Amanat believe the elders to be in error?
Amanat did not reject any one specific prohibition, but found their cumulative effect to be oppressive. The system of rigid limitations had confined seekers of knowledge to a circular track, spelling doom for the thinking mind. And that cycle of repetition had to be broken. That was why he was dubbed the Messiah of Discontinuing.
What would Severan say? I guess I will go with 5. Faith is just the shackles of obedience. It is good for controlling my subordinates, but not good enough to control me.
Faith is a tool of control, but that control is of a wholesome kind. It is a safety circuit preventing the mind from lapsing into corruption. Which, however, is not to say that being protected can never be oppressive, or that being cared for can never lead to degradation.
Pascal's voice takes a thoughtful tone, and its otherworldly might peters out. Perhaps you will be able to find out more.
I will continue my research into the Blessed Martyr's memory with all due reverence.
Okay, we did not learn a lot, but that's something, I guess. I must take my leave.
May your labors be effective and fruitful.
Let's end the dialogue and continue. Let's go to Mundus Valancius, finally. So, maybe this time we'll not have an ambush, but who knows. Okay, let's go. Okay, we can visit the palace, and also the administratum. I guess it's for Jay. Let's go to the palace first. So what? Okay, let's see. Jay. She will be like a fish in a palace, like a fish in the sea. Idira because I trust her, Cassia because of perception, I guess. Maybe Kibela and Abelard because he knows the place, I guess. Yeah, it's a good team. Let's go. Long live the rogue trader. The Emperor protects. Welcome home, your lordship. The stately woman in a long full dress uniform makes a graceful curtsy. Her short, grey hair does not obscure her stern features. Clemencia Verzerian. I know the name. I am Clemencia Verzerian, Court Chancellor of the Von Valancius dynasty. On behalf of all Dargonis, please accept my deepest condolences on the untimely passing of Theodora von Valancius. Her departure is a terrible blow to us all, but as one star expires, another always flares to life. And also still overcome with bitterness and grief, your subjects hope that you will become the Trade dynasty's guiding light in these trying times. Clemencia. Abelard offers a reserved nod. She nods in return, and the lines on his brow soften ever so slightly. The young man quickly brings a respirator to his burned face and bows his head courteously. His raven black hair veils his burns and skull implants, and his thin metal fingers creak quietly as he offers a welcoming gesture. Achillas Scalander, Secretary at the Administratum Department. I hope your journey to Dargonis was not darkened by unwanted troubles. What can I say? We had some incidents, but those are irrelevant at this moment. Quite right, your lordship. What happened cannot be changed, but you still have great deeds ahead of you. So let us look to the future with hope in our hearts. Does your lordship wish to survey the grounds? Or perhaps we could state your curiosity by answering any question you might have? Governor Urban Drivestem has been notified of your arrival on Dargonis and will visit the palace shortly. The preparations for the official visit are well in hand, but your lordship still has plenty of time before the meeting. Hold on a moment, Clemencia. What did you say your last name was? Clemencia nods politely. You heard correctly, your lordship. I am of House Verzerian, Lord Abelard's granddaughter and direct descendant. Granddaughter! I mean, I'm not going to say anything. Let's continue. Chancellor Verzerian has held her position at the Von Valancius court for many years. She earned Lord Captain Theodora's respect through acts of great perseverance. There is no room for doubt. Blood had nothing to do with it. I didn't say anything. Easy, Abelard. I was simply asking. Abelard huffs with feigned indifference. Why isn't the governor here with you to greet me? Apologies, your lordship. Governor Drivestem's residence is on the other side of the world, by the Administratum Palace of Dargonis. We sent word as soon as you entered the system, but it takes time to travel the great distances of your domain. Chancellor Verzerian appears unruffled, but you cannot shake the thought that the governor's lateness is a subtle political gesture designed to test the limits of what is acceptable when it comes to interacting with the new rogue trader. Oh, he is not going to be deceived. I would like to rest before the meeting. Where are my chambers? They are very close, just down the hall. That is also where the study and the audience chamber are. Achilles' face brightens with a pearly white smile, restoring some of his former good looks. Lady Theodora's study has remained locked since her last departure, but on account of your arrival, we have arranged for it to be tied up. It is ready whenever you may need it. You are dismissed. I apologize for my bluntness, but I have a request to make. Perhaps before the meeting takes place, The illustrious Lord Captain could spare a few minutes for a conversation with me? Achilles bows his head. I am certain that you will find my report on the state of affairs in the Von Valancius Protectorate most useful. Good to know. Okay. So, we are alone. Because we are alone, let's see, my perception is not good. I think I'm going to steal this from Cassia. I'm not sure it will be very useful, but yeah, let's do this. I'm not sure I have something else I could use to boost my perception. Let's check this. Maybe I will need some coercion. The rest is... I don't think I will have something else. I think this is the best I can have at the moment. Yeah, let's go with this. Okay, I'm here. Can I talk to my companion? Such illustrious society, such well-heeled nobles. Indeed, it would be worth visiting Dargonus even without getting to know you, Sherin. This world offers huge scope for doing business. I'm sure.
Fascinating.
What is it? Toss a coin. Okay. Glinting in the light, the coin falls into the clear water and sinks to the bottom. Oh, but I can use the awareness of my companion. Okay. Okay, I'm going to keep what I have taken from Cassia. I'm not sure it will last. Maybe when I am in the palace I will be truly alone. May the Omnissiah bless the Von Valancius dynasty. Okay, let's go over there. Take use. Yeah, I am alone now. This is horrible.
And done.
Okay, I did use J. Weird. Kibela, what do you have to say? Make your people live, Domin Severan. Their idle questions are getting in the way of my watch. What are you watching fight today? Yeah, let's... The walls of your home suffocate me, Elantak. I long to leave the twisted world at the first opportunity. A living fruit-bearing tree in the heart of a hive world is a fantastical sight. They probably use a lot more water to tend to this tree than the average Dargonus citizen can hope to receive in their daily ration. Head of Janus delegation. Can talk to her. Sorry for that. Let's continue. This is it. Maybe let's talk to Argenta. Okay. In the name of the Golden Throne, we live and die, so we that we may protect his light from the obliterating darkness. Lord Imperium. Standing upon the altar is an ancient image of Saint Macarius. Its regal frame is covered in marks. The relic was claimed in a battle on a remote and forgotten world. So I did use, J. 2. Guess I don't have much to do over there. What is it? The plaque lists the name of each rogue trader to have led the Valancius dynasty, dating back to the day the capital world was founded. Okay, nothing much to see, I guess. Let's continue. I'm wondering if I will be truly alone in my palace for the skill checks. I'm not sure about it. Warden? Welcome, your lordship. Let me inform you of the location of the chambers on your dynastic estate. The main throne room is up the stairs and straight ahead. Your subject, Achilles Scalander, informed me that he humbly awaits the opportunity to meet you there. If your lordship wishes to rest after your long journey, then your personal chambers are up the stairs and on the right. Good. Thank you for pointing the right. I had a doubt between my right and my left. If you need anything, whatever your soul desires, I will be right next to your chambers, eagerly awaiting your orders. Okay. What are you doing here? What again? The handles and the entrails in the blue chambers are polished 5 times a day. Might as well send a servitor. Okay, let's continue. Nobles, aristocrats, warden. Okay, let's check the...
Empyrean guides my gaze.
Okay, it's Yelet. Okay, because it's Yelet, I think I'm not alone. I can count on my team, so I'm going to give back this to Cassia, I guess. And I'm going to take back what I was using. The leather covers bear the names of the authors, mostly philosophers and theologians from Dagonis. The spines of the books are trimmed with gold. This is the door. The cogitator is producing rhythmic sounds, among which a faint ringing stands out.
A revelation was sent to me.
Okay, it was Yelet again, awareness. She's beating Cassia at it. The remains of a plaque can be seen on the frame. Alas, the inscription is completely indistinguishable due to the patina. Goods. This antique piece of furniture is obviously well cared for, but its surface is still covered with a lot of scuffs, scratches and stains, traces of the previous rogue traders who sat at this table. Okay. Weird, so now it's 20. Okay. Multi-melta, but yeah, I'm using J, so I think this is a bug, right? There is a faint mark on the polished mantelpiece, which was likely left by a glass. Okay, I don't think I can do something here. Let's continue. Good. By bringing your hand to the scan panel behind the books, you open a hidden door. The bed for the head of a rogue trader dynasty is befitting the status of its owner. I'm not going to read anything or everything, but this is my place, so I have to know it a little. The shelves on the library are laden with dusty tomes. Your eyes linger on the works of several administratum adepts and the memoir of some unfamiliar explorer of distant death worlds. The shelves of the library are laden with dusty tomes. Your eyes linger on the works of several administratum adepts and the memoirs of some unfamiliar explorer of distant death worlds. A mysterious item undoubtedly created by inhuman hands. The mysterious Xeno artifact rests in a status field. Good loots. Okay, let's continue. What did I just collect? So, tech glove, grant the wearer plus 10 bonus to tech use. They also increase the damage of plasma weapon. We know for who it is. Okay, I think, yeah, this is for him for sure. And this one, when the wearer hits an ally with an area attack, the wearer gains 1 stack of the zealot effect until the end of combat. Now, I'm not going to shoot at my people. No, I'm not going to do that at the moment. Okay, an empty glass and 3 unopened bottles of wine sit on a finely crafted table made from dark, marbled wood. Strange objects lie behind the glass of the display case. The complete absence of explanatory labels makes it impossible to learn what they are. Okay, the rare books arrayed on these shelves with their lavish, almost pretentious bindings seem to be identical. Dust has accumulated on the raised old smears. If servants ever access this room, they do so very rarely. Sit down. This secret room is remarkably quiet and almost homely. Perhaps your predecessor used it when she sought complete solitude, listening to the muted melody coming from the Vox speaker. You can easily imagine Theodora reading a book with a glass of expensive wine in hand. Okay? So I guess you need to read a book or with a glass of wine. Let's choose a book. Several books are stacked next to the sofa. Some appear ancient, while others look like they have never been opened. Among Theodora's data that has been restored using your cogitator is the phrase Litanies of the Motive Force. It is the title of one of the books here. Well, we are going to read the same book, I guess. Choose the book, Litanies of the Motive Force. As you pick up the book, a hidden button in its spine clicks under your finger. Interesting. You notice a short inscription in the book. From a faithful servant of the dynasty, in lasting memory, DVV. I don't know who is DVV. Should I know it? Let's have a glass of wine. 3 sealed bottles sit on the sturdy-looking low table. They are labeled Grand Master's Blood, Boon of Terra, and Flame of Purity. You recall the vision of the past that Idira told you about. She said Theodora's favorite wine was Flame of Purity. Let's go with that. Pour a glass of Flame of Purity. The wine fills the glass, glittering in the dim light of the room like liquid gold. Its tangy flavor burns your throat, leaving behind a spicy, biting aftertaste. You hear a short, faint hum as an unseen motor steers into motion. Change the music. Okay, a motor steers in motion. Okay, change the music. The vid screen of the data slate before you displays the name of several Vox symphonies. You recognize the melody that is playing right now. It is the first of 36 parts of the Symphony of Honor and Duty. Who passed this skill check? It's Jay. Okay. Choose the piece, the Symphony of Honor and Duty. Part 2. The music in the speakers momentarily grows louder, filling the entire room, then goes back to normal, seemingly without any change. The room responds to your actions with a quiet grinding sound, and a small nook reveals itself in the nearby wall. Inside you find a data bank bearing the Valancius coat of arms. Interesting. An engraved data drive found in a cache on Dargonis. The information it contains has been carefully encrypted. Can I decipher it? Or maybe Pascal can? Okay, maybe I should ask Pascal about it. Or my main cogitator, I guess, maybe? Let's see what else I can do. Yeah, I can do nothing else. The room is still with silent expectation. Is it new? It is not. Let's continue. Let's see. Yeah, I'm using J. Let's talk to Cassia. My compliments to your taste in art. The collection here is extensive and most interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure I have chosen this painting. Maybe I did, but I don't remember it. Pascal. My appearance has caused a slight disturbance in the ranks of the servants of the Omnissiah assigned to the palace. Analysis of the performance of rituals and maintenance litanies has produced a satisfactory result. Okay, this is Idira. Ah, good, old Dargonis. It's boring here without Lady Theodora. She loved to liven up the sleepy little place with a couple of crazy decrees and public floggings of flabbergasted nobles. Good to know. The Van Valancius dynasty throne, a visible symbol of the rogue traders' power, which now belongs to you. To us. Okay, Clemencia, maybe later on. Let's talk to some people. Heinrichs. The lack of observers on this world has led your nobles to become extremely complacent. Today alone I overheard 3 statements that, if I so wanted, could be turned into grounds for a charge of heresy. servant, aristocrat. Who are you? Let's go for the loot first. Priorities, right? Let's talk to the merchant. A finely dressed man greets you with an incredibly radiant smile. His meticulously polished jaw augmentation reflects the palace's interior as sharply as a mirror. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Lucius Carmelan, a collector of curiosities. Perhaps your lordship will find something useful among my offerings. What kind of curiosity do you sell? Lucius points to his eagle, still smiling. Equipment for noble cyber assistance, of course. The demand is modest, as few in the Imperium can afford such luxury, but I am glad to have found my calling. Judging by his expensive attire and ostentatious augmentics, Lucius' wealth is unlikely to stem directly from his curiosity business. He came here following his heart. It seems, and not his greed. I am a rogue trader, and I seek the rarest of curiosities. Do you have anything of that sort? My collection will offer you the biggest and broadest choice in all the expanse. However, even a devoted enthusiast like myself has his limits. There is a certain captain who owns a unique protocol, a family heirloom, which he has refused to sell to me. His ship is called the Renegade's Fall. Perhaps you can chart a path to his hoarded treasure. I will send you the coordinates of that place, where we last met. I want to see what curiosities you have, or maybe before, maybe this will drop the price, or I don't know. This is a beautiful eagle. What is its name? His polished jaw shining, Lucius extends his hand toward the bird, her hand likewise made of shiny metal. Her name is Aquila. As soon as I saw her, I knew a creature of such proud grace simply must be properly taken care of. No, Aquila is an integral part of my life, as I am of hers. With a shrill cry, the eagle stabs her benefactor's metal palm with her beak. The augmentic groans, while the merchant is still smiling as he modestly puts his hand back into his clothes and out of sight. Apologies, Aquila is still getting used to my replacement extremity. She liked the old one better. Judging by Aquila's displeased look, the bird's fondness for her owner's original extremity was of an alimentary rather than affectionate nature. Point to his implants. Was your friendship with Aquila the reason you needed those augmentics? You are exceptionally observant. The man laughed softly and melodiously, then shakes his head. Developing a friendship with such a noble creature is a thorny path, and after a moment of especially profound disagreement, I had to have my hand replaced. But this, Lucius touches his jaw implant, his pride evident. This was purely for the beauty of the thing. I used to be passionate about finding rare augmentics, and could not resist having them installed, even if they were made by, shall we say, not purely righteous hands, but the fine craftsmanship, the razor-sharp outlines. Please keep this a secret from the Habetus Mechanicus. I know the Red Priest don't condone things like that, but I do. I want to see what curiosities you have. Okay, this is for a Cyber Mastiff. I don't have one. A Cyber Skull. Okay, a Raven. If this Cyber Raven is adjacent to 2 or more creatures after relocate is used on it, psychic powers relayed through the Cyber Raven are calculated as if Psy rating were increased by 1 until the end of the Overseer turn. If the Overseer has Iconoclast adherent, they can use relocate twice per turn. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, not useful. This upgrade kit permanently improves the Rogue Trader's familiar maintenance stations. When applied to any of them, both are improved. Okay, I don't know how you use it, but I guess I will find out. This is for Raven also. At the start of combat, wave degradation is increased by 5. While wave degradation is 10 or more, the Cyber Raven suffers no damage, and any relayed Psychic power deal an additional 16 warp damage to enemy affected. This is really good. This is really good, and this is a willpower bonus multiplied by 2. This is really good. But I can't have it for now. And this one is for an eagle. It doesn't really matter. And this one is for Servo Skull. Let's buy everything. Okay. How I am supposed to use this? I'm not sure. I will check it later on. Let's continue. If I want to purchase something, I will let you know. The merchant bows, still smiling. The light makes his prosthetic jaw sparkle. Okay. I don't want to go there now. Did I miss someone? Let's talk to maybe to Abelard before talking to stranger. While we are on Dargonus, I will check the Secretary's reports and keep an eye on the logisticians. Master Dunrock does his job well, but a little scrutiny goes a long way with him. Good Abelard, good. Okay, Curiosity Merchant. Achilles, let's talk to Clemencia. Your Lordship, Clemencia bows her head politely. For a chancellor to a rogue trader, she is dressed rather simply. A parade doublet, polished boots, and a comfortable cloak. She bears a saber in a gilded scabbard. Whether for show or protection, what one could not say. Only her ring with the Verserian coat of arms indicates that she is of the highest social stratum. I like that. The governor is waiting on the periphery of the palace. Please let me know when you would like to see him. Let's continue. Awareness test failed. Clemencia is different from most nobles, not just in the way she is dressed, but in her bearing too. Also, judging by the scars visible on her skin, at least some part of her education took place on a battlefield, rather than within the secure confines of Elysium. What are your responsibilities as Chancellor? To put it simply, I am your road trade representative. Any and all decrees, deals, official communication, and meetings are first reviewed by me and then forwarded to you and from you down the hierarchy. My purview also includes overseeing your lordship property, the palace, the estates, the many gardens, and other demesnes on Dargonus that you have inherited from Lady Theodora. And whenever you are present on Dargonus, consider me your personal secretary. What can you tell me about Dargonus? All deals and important decisions are made here in the capital. Many years ago, an ancestor of Lady Theodora signed an agreement with the Adeptus Administratum, which allowed for efficient management of the world and the neighboring systems. In accordance with the decree, a share of the planet's population was assigned to the Administratum and converted into servitor scribes. They now toil across the entire world. Dargonus is also the seat of several noble families who run all the major planets in the Protectorate. If I may express my not so humble opinion, they care very little about who exactly stands at the helm. Those Pyromancer think about their own profits, just as much as they do about the prosperity of the Protectorate itself, if not more. Let me read that again. Okay, we have several nobles family who run all the major planets, and they care very little about who exactly stands at the helm. Yeah. Let's continue. And lastly, Dargonus has its own fleet, a luxury unavailable to the vast majority of other worlds in your realm. In addition to warships, the Protectorate also employs privateer ships, which are used to transport cargo between worlds. Does the capital stay in contact with the other worlds in the Protectorate? Unfortunately, not at this time, your lordship. After the few representatives of the Adeptus Astra Telepathica on Dargonus went into frenzy, some of the attackers were tragically pacified by the respective authorities. Since then, communication with the neighboring system has been unreliable at best. Thanks be to the Master of Mankind that you managed to find your way to the capital. Oh, Severan will say this, definitively. But maybe I can say something else before. If the noble houses are so volatile, what sense is there in keeping them? Over the many centuries, an intricate hierarchy has formed within the ruling elite of Dargonus. The great houses do more than plunder your treasury. It is replenished to a large degree, thanks to their administrative work and their lands. Naturally, you can get rid of anyone whom you consider surplus to requirements, but right now, it could threaten the fragile stability that is currently holding the Protectorate together. Are there any other issues that I should be aware of? Apart from the disrupted communications, Dargonus was recently raided by enemies of humanity. However, the fleet, under the command of Captain Martius Ververian, again, triumphed over the accursed Venos, another Ververian. If you ask for my opinion on this matter, we have the situation completely under control. You catch her avoiding your gaze for just a moment, for the first time. It's obvious that Clementia is looking out for her house's good name, but despite the confidence in her tone, you can tell that she does not entirely believe her own words. Good to know. And it's because of thanks to Iliad. Tell me about Governor Drivestem. Urban Drivestem is a well-respected man, and not just on Dargonus, but throughout the Protectorate. For many centuries, his house has supported the capital's administration and the logistics between the Valancius systems. The Drivestem's efforts secured years of order and prosperity for Dargonus. What is more, Lady Theodora personally insisted that Lord Urban specifically be made the next governor. Fellowship succeeded. The way you speak of Drivestem, I hear a hint of either contempt or resentment. No, I don't believe I feel either, your lordship. Clementia's steely eyes stare into the distance, her jaw clenching visibly. She speaks in a polite but clipped manner, clearly flustered by your insight. Gotcha. We have different views on how to run a world. We sometimes have discussion over the laws that are enacted, but we both work for the good of the Valancius Protectorate. That much can be said without a doubt. Thank you for the report, Chancellor. I serve the Valancius Protectorate, your lordship. Achilles' calendar, does it cause any problems? Why? None at all, your lordship. Secretary Scalander is an outstanding individual and a loyal servant of the von Valancius dynasty. In Lady Theodora's absence, we collaborated on a number of issues related to the well-being of your domain, and he has proven himself quite capable. And I don't know why, but even the governor trembles before Achilles, which is unusual for a man of his, shall we say, standing. The last word brings a slight smile to her lips. Interesting. The governor can wait a little longer. I still have matters to take care of. Certainly, your lordship. However, her thin lips twist slightly. I do not concern myself with the governor's feeling, but I must warn you. Your action or inaction may be interpreted in a certain way. Now, if your lordship will excuse me. I don't think I had the choice to talk to him directly. Maybe? Okay, I think I've talked to everyone except Achilles. The slender figure, clad in robes made from expensive fabric, shudders from violent coughing. Pressing a gilded respirator to his face, the man takes several deep breaths. Achilles, it's been many moons. I hope your cousin is feeling well. Achilles covers his burnt lips, trying and failing to suppress a coughing fit. She is in good health. She sends her regards to you, as well as her wishes for your swift return. Henrik frowns. For as long as the stars shine in the sky, my vigil continues. So it does. Achilles thumps himself on the chest with his augmented hands. You hear the clanging of metal against metal. Jay, thank you, Jay. I am not so foolish as to fail to notice a conversation in code. Your insight deserves credit, Rock Trader. Then again, I expected nothing less from Theodora von Valancius' successor. Heinrich looks at Achilles. Allow me to introduce Achilles Scalander properly. In addition to his duties as Secretary of the Administratum, he acts as an agent of the Golden Throne under my aegis. Master Scalander was transferred into my remit by a colleague who is engaged in other matters in the Cronus expense. I'm sure you will find Achilles' service useful, especially when dealing with the schemes of humanity's foes within the borders of your protectorate. Greetings, Lord Severan von Valancius. Allow me once again to express my deepest condolences on the loss of Lady Theodora. I will do everything I can to track down and destroy all of Conrad Boivier's accomplices on the capital world. Do you know anything about what has become of Conrad Boivier? The former master of Whisper is a heretic and a traitor to the dynasty. Achilles nods grimly. Word of his treason reached Dargonus too late. Conrad came to the planet and left it almost immediately, once he had sown discord in the midst of the gullible and naive. The worst of the rumors he started was that you were the one responsible for Lady Theodora's sudden demise. Of course, your loyal subjects did their best to skin alive any who showed signs of doubt, but it seems unlikely that the wardens got to everyone who has allowed doubt into their hearts and now nurture it in secret. Interesting. You promised me a report on the present state of affairs in the Protectorate. I really like the third one. What with your face? I will ask later, but let's start with one. You promised me a report on the present state of affairs in the Protectorate. I have already forwarded all official reports to your Seneschal. As for the conversation we are having right now, I wouldn't trust any paper or data slate with its contents. You see, Lady Theodora, may the Emperor have mercy on her soul, was perfectly aware of Dargonus' political environment. You, however, have only just arrived on the capital world, and I thought it would be best to bring you up to speed. Frankly, the nobles of Dargonus much like nobles on most worlds, are akin to spiders in a jar, ready to pounce on whoever is the weakest, or whomever they deem to be the weakest. The nobles of Dargonus are well respected, rich and powerful individuals who held Lady Theodora's favor for many years and found ways to rise above the rest by diligently serving the road trader. Every family pursues its own selfish interests, and each one expects that with the transition of power, they will retain and even add to their lands and wealth. The families I would recommend giving particular attention to are the drive stems, the gap racks, and the sowerbacks, and not the Verzerian. Okay. I should also mention the Verzerian. Okay. Not a noble house per se, but a family that was part of Lady Theodora's inner circle, to the Blue Blood's great displeasure. Interesting. Tell me about drive stems. The drive stems are the ancient governor house of Dargonus. Predictably, the greater the wealth of the Von Valancius protectorate, the fuller the coffers grow. Their reputation is flawless, except for one detail. We have evidence that urban drive stems rivals seem to have the misfortune of regularly falling victim to Xenos raids. I find that these attacks are always a little too advantageous for the drive stems, but we lack solid proof, and it might never surface. So they are stealing from me, right? Let me read this again. Okay, they have money, a good reputation, but yeah, they have a lot of misfortune. They are falling victim to Xenos raids, and yeah, it's always a little too advantageous for them. Okay, but we have no proof. The closer an official is to a rogue trader, the braver and safer they feel. I would just like to remind everyone that rubbing shoulders with Xenos is a heresy that can be overlooked only in the case of the Von Valancius heir, not his servant. Thank you for making an exception for me, Heinrichs. What makes the gap racks special? The gap racks hail from a remote forge world, and among their distant relatives there are many servants of the Omnisire, and the house itself is close to the cult of the Abdetus Mechanicus, both in spirit and in their business connection. The gap racks oversaw the industrial shipments within your protectorate until recently. Ever since the astropathic communication with Kiavagama was severed, they have been quite concerned about the security on the planet, placed in their care. Okay, let me check this again. So they are taking care of Kiavagama, I think. And they are afraid about the security of this planet. Okay. What can you tell me about House Sauerback? Religious and hardworking, the Sauerbacks own many enterprises, including distillation manufacturers that produce promethium. I must note that lately members of the Sauerback family have been prone to overly liberal statements about the Von Valancius dynasty. They believe that Lady Theodora was a bit too keen to leave her wards without proper oversight. Okay, what is a liberal statement? It's a critical one? Yeah, I think it is. Okay. I would like to know more about the Verzerians. The Verzerians are a line founded by Lady Theodora's seneschal, and as such are nominally considered nobility, at least from the standpoint of the Imperial Navy, from which Lord Abelard hails. On Dargonus, however, their position is precarious. Firstly, they never were granted an official title. a process which has been impeded for decades by the old houses of Dargonus, and secondly, the other families do not see them as equals, but more as upstarts, clinging to the rogue traders' favor. The Versalians are responsible for the capital world's fleet, and the majority of the cargo shipments on domestic routes. What is this answer? After hearing all that, I now feel the urge to have every one of those sycophants executed at once, and it's not giving me any heretical points, okay? No, I'm not going to say that. Enough about the novels. Was there anything else you wanted to report? There was, your lordship. And this time it concerned the main reason for my presence on this planet. Xenos and the threat they pose both to you and to humanity as a whole. The last few months have been difficult for the people who report to me. My eyes and ears scattered throughout the Coronus expanse. Warp disturbances, astropath overcome with madness, ships disappearing in the hematarium. Many of my observers and contacts have gone dark or have been killed by some calamity or other. Still, I managed to establish communication with some key individuals who were able to warn me about incoming threats, including Xenos raids. Achilles looks you in the eye without blinking. It is within my power to supply you with intelligence on where and when the Xenos will strike next. I do not doubt that Governor Drivestem will beg you for protection against the Xenos, and in this fight, the information from my contacts will serve you well. I beseech you, Severan, if I ever report a threat looming over a ship or a planet, do not dismiss it. Sometimes it takes an intervention from the rogue trader and his mighty void ship to avert a disaster. So when he tells me to go somewhere, I have to go there quickly. Tell me about the noble house of Dargonus again? No. What is it? Okay, it's yeah, I haven't chosen one answer, so that's why I can choose it again, I guess. What are your responsibilities here on Dargonus? Officially, I am a secretary at this world's administratum department. Less officially, I'm afraid I can't disclose that even to you. In short, I collect and investigate reports of heresy taking root on upstanding planets of humanity. Yeah, he's collaborating with Heinrichs. He's connected to the Inquisition, I guess. Above all else, I am concerned about the Xenos threat that hangs over the entire Coronus expanse, including your protectorate. Sadly, my mission was complicated by the recent warp disturbances. I am still trying to re-establish contact with many of my agents. Tell me about Xenos. The residents of the local systems are no strangers to skirmishes with enemies of humanity. But recently, the loathsome beasts seem to have completely flown off the handle. We are receiving reports from ships that made it through the warp to Dargonus. Both they and the colonies that they departed from are being attacked. We have identified the breed of Xenos that pose this threat, the Drukari, humanity's ancient and insidious foes. Be vigilant on your travels. The Xenos will undoubtedly attack a rogue trader's ship, should they find the circumstances to be in their favor. Unfortunately, in the host of humanity, there are those who are willing to grovel before our enemies, in the hopes of a valuable reward. You can count me in. You may be interested to know that we are on the trail of such heretics. Achilles glances at the data slate. Overwhelming evidence indicates that a plundered void station in Langren's belt is being used as a base by a hand of pirates who are not above dealing with Xenos. I was unable to persuade the Chancellor of the need to dispatch a ship there, but perhaps you would like to pay a courtesy call to these scoundrels yourself? I will. Do you know anything about the cult of the Final Dawn? My knowledge is deplorably limited, your lordship. All my attention has been focused on tracking Xenos activity. I am certain that Master von Kalox can tell you much more about those heretics than I. About your unofficial work. Achilles' amber eyes flash with interest. Yes? Nice, I can say that. Whom do you truly serve? The rogue trader or the interrogator of the Inquisition? And whom does the rogue trader serve? The Gold Throne, the Protectorate? Could it be that one stems from the other? And if so, is there any sense in discussing it? Nice answer. I don't think he will say anything interesting, but I want to try. I want a list of all your agents and the means to contact them. I can understand your desire as a rogue trader to have everything under your control, and yet I am not at liberty to make use of classified information related to the interrogator's agents in whatever way I see fit. Achilles lowers his gaze and nods politely. Henrix lets out a sigh of disappointment. Yeah, I know. There is no point in pressing my agents. None of them would ever reveal such vital information, especially not in my presence. Yeah, I should not have said that. That was stupid. I have learned all I wanted to. Achilles bows and brings the respirator to his burnt lips. I have other questions to ask. I sincerely hope that I can answer every one of them. The scars on your face, what happened? About Ikov. 5 years ago, there was an accident. Several tanks of promethium exploded in the storehouse at my estate, and I was buried alive under the rubble. The Emperor preserved my soul, and the skilled physicians of Dargonus saved my body, except for my lungs, with which I had to part. I presume the incident was an attempt on my life, but the identity of whoever was behind it remains a mystery. I must take my leave. Achilles bows. According to the message I received a few minutes ago, Governor Driveteam has arrived at court. I imagine that the Chancellor is already prepared to arrange the meeting. All that is left is to notify her that you are ready to see her bent. Let's do that then. I think I have done everything I could. Let's go see the lady. Your Lordship, Governor Drystem is waiting in the audience hall. I advise you to respond to his lateness in kind. That way you can let Urban know that his behavior has not gone unremarked. But I will not delay too long. Right now, the court is closely observing your every step. What do I need to do? Because I have said already that he can wait a little longer, but I don't know if he was already here, so I don't know. I'm going to go with 4 because I have already said that he can wait a little longer. Let's go with 4. Tell them that I'm ready to see the governor. Clemencia bows before leaving. I shall arrange for him to be escorted to your study. Severan von Valancius, 20th in his line, rogue trader, keeper of the sacred warrant and ruler of the Coronus Expanse, from the Cranach system to the 100 Dreams crossroads. I bid you welcome. Urban Drivestem, Governor of this great world. First and foremost, please accept my deepest condolences. It will be difficult to recover from the loss of a woman as great as Theodora von Valancius. It pains me to think that she is no longer with us. The citizens of Dargonus and of the entire Protectorate grieve alongside you. Please allow us to declare half a year of mourning. Half a year? Half a year of mourning so that we can honor the memory of our beloved lady. What not a complete year? The governor glances at Kibela anxiously, then immediately averts his gaze. Then he looks at her again. But when Kibela lets out a grim chuckle and stretches her lips daubed in fresh blood into a petrifying grin, the governor turns away from her sharply, all but squealing in fear. Good. Oh, I can ask for a full year. I mean, I didn't want to do that, but the game is telling me I can do it, so why not? Not 3, that's for sure. Let's go with 1. Theodora von Valancius deserves more than that. You will declare full year of mourning. I will immediately give all necessary instructions, your lordship. He casually presses a few buttons on the cogitator built into his gold racer. Esteemed Severan, Lady Theodora was a strong leader, and we ought to follow her example. Let us lean on her wisdom and persevere in spite of this tragedy, together, and let us carry on where she no longer can be leading the von Valancius Protectorate to even greater prosperity. As much as the governor is trying to appear sincere, there is something in the curve of his nervous half-smile that you find troubling. Is it a hint of reproach, mockery, condemnation, or is it merely your guilty conscience, playing tricks on you under the governor's keen gaze, stirring up memories of your past? What is it? I suffered shame and humiliation sometimes in my past. Okay. Alas, it won't be an easy task to accomplish. Some time ago, the astropath of Dargonus flew into a rage, and they had to be subdued. We are gradually restoring our ability to speak with neighboring worlds, but the contacts are still weak, and the routes are tangled and no longer lead to the system that the captains expect them to. Given that the vast majority of ships in the Dargonus Navy travel without relying on the service of navigators, without your engagement, the well-being of the von Valancius dynasty and billions of its subjects is presently at risk. We met a ship from Dargonus not too long ago. The crew was transporting a strange artifact and went mad during the flight. This is a truly regrettable bit of news. What's more, leaving Dargonus has been forbidden for several cycles now. It seems the Verzerian family has once again failed in their primary responsibilities. He shoots Abelard a condescending look. Son of a bitch. We will investigate this at once, as well as the fact that the ship had to acquire a permit with the Administratum seal. Does your nephew still serve at the Administratum Palace? This man can kick ass even in discussion. The governor presses a number of buttons on the cogitator built into his bracer and looks up at you in surprise. I don't understand. The ship did indeed depart from orbit, but it did so, if you can believe it, on the rogue trader's authorization. That is why no one dared to impede its departure. Lord Captain, it would seem that Conrad somehow got his hands on a copy of your authorization, or perhaps even the original. A tool like that in the hands of a traitor does not bode well. Yeah, let's ask about him. Conrad Voidveer, former Master of Whispers, is a heretic and a traitor. Has he shown his face on Dargonis? The governor pensively strokes the rings glittering on his fingers. Lord Voidveer visited the capital some time ago, but he did not request a personal meeting. A heretic, you say? Now I see where all the whispering in the corridors has come from. I shall be frank with you, your lordship. Lady Theodora's sudden death was a blow to every one of us, and the absence of any sort of verifiable and complete information about her successor gives grounds for all manner of rumors and misinterpretations, especially if someone is deliberately inciting unrest and discontent. Naturally, none would dare challenge you by accusing you of something as sacrilegious as murdering a rogue trader. However, Conrad Voidveer was once a true boon to the Protectorate back in the day, and as such, some might heed his words. Oh, this one is easy. Publicly rip out the vocal cords and tongues of every slanderer and replace them with vox implants that sing the praises of rogue trader Severan von Valancius without interruption. This one is a good one. I should think that I will serve as a reminder of who rules this world. I shall immediately make all the arrangements so that your order can be carried out properly. Draftsem bows. What exactly do the Dargonis nobility expect from me in light of the loss of routes and communication with other worlds? We are all troubled by the fate of the agri-world Janes that supplied Dargonis and other planets with foodstuffs. Empty stomachs can drive even the meatless rebel to revolt. Furthermore, House Gaprak is perturbed by the loss of communication with the industrial world, Kiavagama, which is in their charge. But if you wish to know my opinion, the world that deserves your attention the most is the penal world, Webos 6, one of the key mining suppliers in your protectorate. I think it's the first time someone is talking about this world. Let's go with this skill check, this successful skill check. Such intriguing concern for the Webos 6 outpost. Doesn't your house happen to own the extraction stations there? Drivestem's beady eyes widen in fear. Your lordship, I beg of you, do not interpret my words as an attempt to influence your decisions in any way. You see, without Webos 6, the manufacturers on your world will need to make haste to find new suppliers elsewhere and arrange you for new shipments. And in these troubling times, they run the risk of delays and other most tragic mishaps. My only concern is for the prosperity of the von Valancius dynasty. I have already visited the agri-world Janus. Governor Vayat found herself facing a number of problems in my absence. Truly, the Vayat line is one of the oldest in the von Valancius protectorate. If the inheritor of such well-respected blood could not handle whatever had befallen her, then the situation must have been extraordinary indeed. You could say that, still, all her worries are behind her now. Not all our worries. And Vishtensa continues to govern the agri-world. I am delighted to hear it. Many on Dargonis live in hope that food deliveries to the capital will resume soon. That does it for the planets and the trade routes. What else? Xenos, your lordship. I don't rightly know where to begin. He rubs the bridge of his nose wearily. Otherworldly beasts are not an uncommon sight in the Cronus expanse. They have been a menace to the world this side of the Maw for decades, but now those abominations are on the rampage. They show no signs of fear as they attack ships, either damaging them to the point where they become unfit for transport duty or outright gutting them. Only you have the power to stop this madness. We are in the process of restoring the astrobatic choir of Dargonus. Luckily, we were forced to slay only some of the deranged psychers, although those that remain are as yet unable to transmit messages. I hope Master Scalander will keep his word and offer you his support in the war against the Xenos. According to his reports, the region of Phobos 6 has been of particular concern in the last few cycles, which is all the more reason to discover the colony's fate as soon as possible. Now, to issues on a smaller scale. There is a certain degree of tension in the capital due to the unorthodox succession to the sacred warrant. Chances of uprising are minimal, of course, and the spreading of rumors is nothing but a sign of weakness of mind and spirit. Nonetheless, I have prepared a list of minor houses that have demonstrated unseemly discomposure at your succession. What is to be done about them? Command the spiners of the blood-spun web, and they will set a fine snare of retribution, Domin Severan. We will whisper names, and that whisper will drown out insolent voice. I wasn't expecting that. Let me see what I can do. No, I'm not going to say, I'm not going to choose to. Public purges. Let's go. Let's choose Kibela. Kibela's solution. Kibela, I entrust this burden to the blood-spun web. Unravel the tangle of plots and foil them. It will be done, Domin Severan. Let the sacrament of the hunt commence. A cold sweat breaks out on Drivestem's face. Good. He forces a subservient smile on his face. This will bring the noble houses into line for years to come, your lordship. It will make them fear not only blasphemous words, but also their own shadows. And one last thing, your lordship. Your inauguration as bearer of the sacred warrant is but a matter of time, and I would like to inquire about one crucial detail. I imagine you are intending to uphold the century-old tradition, bolstered by an equally long-lasting friendship, of being represented on Dargonus by one of the noble houses. I presume that, as before, the duty will be accorded to House Drivestem. I mean, you were late, man. You were late. Let's see what I can say. Let's ask for more information. One moment. Which houses can represent me at the ceremony? Any of the noble houses located on Dargonus. The Drivestem family, which I lead, the Gaprak family, with long ties to the Aldetus Mechanicus, the Sauerbachs, known for their piety and diligence in service. Perhaps I should also mention the Verzerians, who have some influence but who are not actually of noble origin. Any one of these houses will be honored to represent you at the ceremony. Let's think about this. I like House Sauerbach. because of one Soabark particularly, but I'm going to go with Verzerian because Abelard is my main tank. He saved my life, so yeah, I'm going to choose this one. I may be a heretic, but I know what Abelard did for me. Your presumption is wrong. I will bestow this honor upon the Verzerians. Abelard turns to you and bows respectfully. Lord Captain, to accompany you at such a critical hour is the greatest honor for the Verzerian bloodline. Have no fear. We will not fail you. I know you will not. Drivestem tosses Abelard a look that lacks even the smallest shred of respect. Forgive my boldness, but I must remind you that the Verzerians, whose lineage traces back to a navy officer, are not of the Dargonus nobility. Such decisions may have adverse effects on your subjects' loyalty, your lordship. Is he menacing me? Threatening me? Drivestem's face breaks into a bitter smile. I shall immediately relay your commands. Most gracious rogue trader, thank you for your time. Let's ask more information. Ask for more information. Tell me about yourself and House Drivestem. It would be my pleasure to enlighten you. My house is the oldest and most respected on Dargonis. My ancestors walked side by side with yours for many generations. They cared for this world's welfare. Our duty is to supervise the governing bodies within the systems subservient to you, and we are responsible for the protectorate's logistics and economic stability. As for me personally, I am a humble servant of the Emperor and a loyal subject of the rogue trader, and to my great pleasure I had the honor of calling myself Lady Theodora's close friend. I'm sure you do. At Urban's last words, Abelard lets out a sound that could be interpreted as either a snort or a cough. Urban gives him a look, which Abelard meets with an expression of utter nonchalance. That will be all, I take it. Thank you for your time, your lordship. Since duty calls, I shall take my leave. May the Emperor's grace be with you. Okay. So, do I have something else to do over there? I'm not sure. This is something else. Deal with the disrupted shipments from Kiavagama. Yeah, we need to go there, but not now. We need to talk to the choir master. I have almost forgotten this. I must go to Vibos 6. I must go to Mundus Nullius 2. Okay, we are going to go to Mundus Valancius. We are close to the place we need to go for this quest. Mercatum Tabula officially. I think we are going to do this next. Elder in Distress, maybe I should do this too. Complete the development. Okay, this is something else. Call of the Age. Something else. Classified information on Kiavagama. Critical tasks on Forgotten Twins. Okay. Rumors. I'm not going to read this now. Maybe I should, but I'm not going to do it. Maybe let's check them very fast. Lost in the Void. Footfall is still waiting for news from an ancient ark known as the Wasteland Wayfarer, which set off for distant stars in search of new worlds. The vessel's last astropathic message supposedly came from the Cinerus Maleficum. Okay, Xenos on rampage. Okay. Mechanism unknown. Cash on Kiavagama. And spoil of Prudence. The Curiosity Merchant mentioned an explorator tech priest he had known but lost contact with, who owned a cyber beast equipped with an unusual protocol. Perhaps the rogue trader will be able to track him down in System Speculo. Okay. I don't think we are going to go there during this episode, but this is good to know. People, Adamantine, people, and Xenotech. And here, colony management, I can't do nothing. Okay. Let's continue. I think this is the first time I am landing on a planet and nobody is trying to kill me. Okay, I must take my leave. Let's maybe talk again to Clemencia. Your Lordship, Clemencia looks away from a data slate. I hope your stay on Dagonus will be beneficial to your physical and mental state. I understand that the heir to a protectorate must have his hands full, but one shouldn't forget about rest. I must take my leave. I am at your service at any time, day or night, your Lordship. She said day and night. Let's not think about it too much. To the void ship, I guess. Okay, let's go back. Let's continue. Hi, Factotum, January Danrock. Terrible news from Dagonus, Lord Captain. A subsidiary, Hive City, Scipion 84249, has been destroyed in a series of cascading failures. Production has halted, and millions of people have broken their vows of obedience and are fleeing. Many of them are perishing in the wastelands and overloading the transport line leading to neighboring hives. The surrounding residential sectors are becoming increasingly agitated by the influx of refugees. What is your directive regarding the distribution of these refugees? What is the cause of the catastrophe? It is still unclear. The noble houses are casting blame on one another. Agents of the esteemed Achilles Scalander, stationed in Scipion 84249, died heroically while trying to save the population from this disaster. The final reports mention some vulnerabilities in the industrial sectors of the lower hive, but did not go into further detail. All your servants are currently too busy dealing with the consequences of the crisis to investigate its causes. What say my advisors? The death of Achilles' agents troubles me. It may not be a coincidence. Until the causes of the disaster can be concretely established, I would avoid letting refugees into other hives. There may be saboteurs among them. I recommend setting up prohibitive cordons where the refugees can be contained in the wastelands between the hives. The Emperor bids us to face the often cruel strokes of fate with dignity. If the other hives do not wish to accept the unfortunate victims of this tragedy, then let the victims themselves teach those living in the hives a lesson in resilience and humility. I'm sure that the Ecclesiarchy will aid the refugees in constructing camps to survive out in the wastelands and establish a community of proud desert-dwelling martyrs. Such harsh conditions will be a crucible of fortitude and fearlessness. This tragedy a feat of spirit. The noble houses are trying to wash their hands of this, how predictable. And yet it is their duty to see to it that the planet meets its teeth obligation and its tithe obligation and brings glory and revenue to the treasury in your absence. Let the aristocrats see to the refugees and not stop until every last one of them has been put to work. Okay. What is it? Blood of Scipione. The rogue trader gains 1 deflection and 3 hit chance. Not very good for me. Refugee from the fallen hive told without rest to prove that they deserve the honor of serving the protectorate. These servants have now been tasked with maintaining the rogue trader's equipment in perfect condition, and they do so with painstaking care. Okay. Wasteland Prayer. Decrease enemy critical damage by 15%. Could be good, right? And more efficiency. Do I have efficiency with him? I don't have efficiency. I think this is bad, right? For me. This is, I don't like it. Bane of Scipione. Grants the rogue trader and their allies +2 momentum for each human enemy killed in battle. Yeah, it's only human. Otherwise it could be interesting, but I guess I'm going to go with Argenta recommendation. Let's go with this one. Argenta, see to it that the Ecclesiarchy does not ignore the laments of the dispossessed. He who dares to remain deaf to the pleas of the destitute shall be branded a traitor to the faith. Large labor settlements were set up around the ruins of Scipione 84249, and the refugees from the wasteland and neighboring hives have been rounded up there. In the harsh wastelands, scorched with industrial poison, with only a bare modicum of food and clean water, the settlement residents have begun the arduous and dangerous task of rebuilding their fallen home. Many of the Ecclesiarchy priests thought to share in this burden with the poor souls, coming to their villages and preaching to them about the righteousness of hard work. Some priests have even chosen to stay in the camps permanently, where the desert cults of Aconite martyrs have begun to gather around them, glorifying the Lord Captain for granting them the right to suffer for the glory of the God Emperor. Okay, lashing the void. Restore the operation of the administrative. Can't read the rest. Okay, feast for the soul. The Omnisaya anger. New contract. Okay, let's see what I can do. Okay, it's blocking everything else, so this is profit factor, people. I like complacency and efficiency. let's read this. A new hive city will be established on top of the ruins of Scipion 84249. Palace Extasium will be constructed on top of the ruins of Scipion 84249 for the aristocracy. The dead and the dying will fertilize the gardens that will ring these pleasure chambers. Is this some kind of heretic choice you have to do? Because pleasure chambers, it really sounds heretic. Not from the start, but let's see. The surviving spine of Scipion 84249 will be rebuilt into a space elevator. It will be capped by an emporium, accepting those ships that are too heavy to land on the surface. I really like complacency and efficiency. I think I'm going to go with this one. We'll see. Iconoclast, Dogmatic. Okay, this one is really good. Crimson Haze. Okay, this looks interesting. The user suffers bleeding. As long as the user is bleeding, they gain 100% critical damage. Okay. Heretical 10. This is really good, right? Okay, critical chance against pirate. Not really good. Fellowship, efficiency. I will check this later on. Let's continue. So let's go back to Dargonus. And we are going to... what is it? The throne room, the palace. Okay, let's go to the administratum. With the same team, I guess. Yes, with the same team.
The world will bow.
Turn after turn, the unceasing stream of petitioner pours through the palace doors. The strong-willed wait patiently, while the weak-willed try everything they can to go ahead of the others. Greeting protocol. Welcome to the Palace of the Adeptus Administratum. Identifying your lordship, please follow me.
Intriguing.
Okay. Let's continue. Checking coordinates, continue in this direction to reach your destination. Your visit has been logged. What is it? The parchment looks grease-marked and old. I thought it has passed through many pairs of hands. Servant of the Imperium Elias Tentanal filed a declaration with the Adeptus Administratum that he is the sole heir of House Tentanal and the legal sovereign of the northern continent of the planet Ergona Rex. According to the submission, Elias Tentanal cannot exercise his right to this inheritance. as the wider family tree includes an individual who shares his full legal name. According to the petitioner, this individual is his great-grandfather. Given the loss of documents confirming the death of the second claimant to the inheritance, Elias Tantanol is petitioning for confirmation of this relative's death and permission for the enactment of his inheritance rights. Petition received preliminary review period up to 15 Terran years. Forwarded for review 23 Terran years, 4 cycles from date of submission. Request for a copy of the death certificate of Elias Tantanol sent to the archive of the Departamento Munitorium, 28 Terran years, 2 cycles from date of submission. Let me check this one really quick. Psychic power relayed through this Cyber Raven, I calculated as its Psi rating were increased by 1 until the end of the overthrow. Okay, I'm not going to use it on her. I will choose Henrik Spets, I think. Okay, Dusty Note. Elam, I know it hasn't been a full cycle since I was appointed, but please cover for me with the Master of Seals. For the Emperor's sake, I completely forgot about one extremely important seal. I'm going to run upstairs to do it. I don't think it will take long. I will be back within a couple of hours. The note is covered in a thick layer of dust, just like the table on which it lies. I remember this quest. I never finished it. I think you had to wait, and I didn't know how to wait, so...
The world trembles
yeah, that was very
beneath
frustrating.
my feet.
Okay, let's read this. Auditing and reinsurance of the Great Tithe Payment Documentation for GX75021 and GX76021. In the last 2000 Terran years, entries mentioning planet GX75, you know the number, found including copies. Entries mentioning planets 1 found including copies. A full list confirmed by the Adeptus Terra of all planetary objects located within the territory of the illustrious rogue trader dynasty of von Valancius was received 164 Terran years ago. After careful reconciliation of the data, it was found that planetary object GX76021 has not been included in the collection of the Imperial Tithe for the last 2,836 Terran years. In the same period, the planetary object GX75021 was included in the taxable sites, but did not pay its imperial tithe, thereby failing to uphold its sacred obligation to the Imperium. Subsequent analysis of archive documentation revealed the absence of documentation, confirming the existence of planetary object GX75021, unlike planetary object GX76021, which was discovered in files dated more than 2,836 Terran years ago. Based on an internal inventory investigation, the Adeptus Administratum decrees that any mention of planetary object GX75021 must be replaced with GX76021. The governor of planetary object GX76021 must pay the tithe for the preceding 2,836 Terran years within a period of no more than 50 Terran years, and in the event of non-payment of the tithe within the prescribed period, planetary object GX76021 will be seized for the needs of the Adeptus Administratum, and 95% of the population will be immediately subjected to servitude in perpetuus for the benefit of the Imperium. If you are not an heretic, this will make you an heretic. Not a precise reckoning of the tithe amount required in throne guilds is appended to this report. Note, an advisory letter has been sent to the Departamento Munitorum, recommending that the Departamento conduct its own internal inventory investigation to determine whether planetary object GX7602 has fulfilled its sacred obligation to provide recruits for the Astra Militarum. Let's talk to the man. I like him already. An ancient-looking woman in a voluminous robe peers at you critically through her ocular lenses when you descend into the bowels of her bureaucratic domain. Another noble bypassing the queue under the pretext of just wanted to ask. All you highborn ever want is just to ask. But what about protocol? That's what I am asking. Who is going to follow protocol? Not me. Jay glances at you and whispers, "What? So I paid off a few clerks to let us skip the queue sharing. Your time is more important to me than any little formalities. Thank you." Very well. Don't just stand here. You are here now. How do you think the Master of Seals has nothing better to do than receive unexpected visitors? The old woman beckons over a servo skull floating nearby. Begin entry, current hour, current turn, current cycle, 41st millennium. Metal manipulators immediately begin feverishly clacking, taking dictation. Don't you want to know who I am? Severan von Valancius, sole heir of rogue trader Theodora von Valancius. May the throne's radiance guide a path on the other side. In a practiced move, the Master of Seals twists her magnifying ocular lens and examines the ledger in front of her. The sole person to publicly assert their claim, to be precise. Abela Verzerian, the old woman directs her gaze over your shoulder. Seneschal and right hand of the now departed Theodora von Valancius, and of her now extant hair. The colorless eyes of the Master of Seals suddenly fix on Cassia, a lady navigator of House Orselio, whose name and deeds are unknown to me. She points a finger at the old ledger. It says here that the von Valancius dynasty has owned your house 1 gold throne for 30 Terran years. Here, take this, and I, at last, will mark the matter closed. Cassia stares in puzzlement at the gleaming coin in her hand. Orthelio, thank you for your service, Master of Seals. The old woman smacks her lips in satisfaction and nods curtly. Of course, I know who is standing before me. It is my job to know. Jay shifts, deliberately putting her jeweled augmentic on display. Does that mean that my reputation has preceded me as well, esteemed Dama? No, I have received no reports about you. What is this place? The Master of Seals raises her eyebrows in surprise. You are in the very heart of the palace of the Adeptus Administratum. Day and night, hundreds of thousands of prefects, ordinates, scribes, servants, and servitors carry out their duties to humanity, and the von Valancius dynasty here, never setting foot outside its boundaries for decades at a time. But knowledge comes through comparison. There are entire worlds belonging to the Administratum, so this place is but a humble cog in the blessed machine of the Imperium. Tell me about yourself. I am the law, and I oversee order in this section of the Cornus Expanse, as well as on worlds of the von Valancius Protectorate, in accordance with ancient covenants made with your ancestors. I hold the power to grant petitioners what they seek and to punish criminals for failing to carry out the Imperium's will. Jay continues in a whisper. She's ancient enough herself. Look at her. She is a bona fide living mummy. Tell me about the work of the Adeptus Administratum. The Master of Seals toots in displeasure. One would think the Protectorate's heir has no care for his tongue, if he is so willing to wag it to the point of blistering. However, I, despised servant of the Emperor that I am, do not possess the gift of unlocated time. Let us proceed to the matter of your application. My companion wishes to obtain a Mercatum Tabula Officiale. The Master of Seals peers over her ocular lenses, at Jay in disbelief. Then she looks at you. I take it you are a sponsor? In that case, you must submit a written application in conformity with template 404. I bet it's 40401, as well as written permission for the processing and notarization of the personal data of your most sacred personage. Without it, I cannot issue Mistress Heidari. Mistress Heidari, the form for collecting the seals required to obtain the Mercatum Tabula Officiale, the certificate of an official trade representative. At these words, the saccharine smile drops from Jay's face. Seals? What seals? We will discuss that when Severan von Valancius has prepared the primary documentation. Abelard lets out a stoic sigh and rolls his eyes. You get the feeling that this is not his first personal interaction with the administratum bureaucracy, nor is it his second. Kibela surveys the room and slowly removes her hand from the handle of her weapon. There is only one thing that can kill you here, Domin Severan, and that is old age. Good one. There is no way of getting around these formalities. Fear the wrath of the Immortal One, your lordship. What would become of your protectorate or even the Imperium itself if every person did what you are proposing? No. Lex Imperialis, volume 249, paragraph 18.2, amendment of the 12th year of the previous millennium clearly states actions that circumvent the sacred law of the Imperium in pursuit of personal gain, a manifestation of human weakness, which is subject to eradication. Could you handle the paperwork on my behalf? I will pay. She mutters something waspishly under her breath, ignoring your question entirely. And if I refuse? Then I'm afraid Mistress Heidari will never receive a much desired certificate, and I will be obliged to levy a fine against your noble name for wasting the valuable time of the Master of Seals. Shireen, I know the Hazi have thwarted our plans, and that unforeseen circumstances have arisen like never mind. Though the esteemed Dama wants us to fill in a couple of forms, I will do that with great pleasure. Allow Jay to complete the application. 3 hours later, the Master of Seals looks over Jay's form, which has been rewritten 4 times already. At last, you succeeded in completing the form without any errors. Next, protocol requires consent for the processing and notarization of the personal data of his lordship. Jay, take care of this. 3 hours later, Jay holds out the scroll, now covered in writing, for you to reinforce the words with the von Valancius coat of arms seal. Only now do you notice that the plebeian expression chicken scratch writing describes a gnaggle penmanship absurdly accurately. The scroll is whipped away into another tube by the Master of Seals. Protocol executed. Application received. Processed. Approved. The servo-skull scribe taps out each word after its mistress pronouncement. Come on, esteemed Damar. What's that you were saying about seals? The old woman unhurriedly holds out a printed scroll to Jane. Here is your document, Mistress Eidari. Unfortunately, it does not yet have legal force. I can certify it as a sacred Mercatum Tabula Officiale once it has received 2 seals of approval. They are easy to obtain. In the Imperium Court, Administratum servitors have been handling such tasks for over 50 years. There is one such servitor here on Dargonus, in the Rogue Trader's Palace. The second is duty-bound to keep the seal in the Telecos Epsilon system. She's talking about Genius, I guess? Okay, the second one is located in Genius Planet, I guess, and the first one is... There is one such servitor here on Dargonus in the Rogue Trader Palace. Okay, I don't know who it is, but I guess I will find out. Why can the seals not be affixed here in the Administratum Palace? Because it will be too easy. According to Amendment 3C8 implemented by Prefectus Estinia II of Dargonus, one of the seals must be kept in the palace of the ruler of the von Valancius Protectorate, remaining a symbol of the unbreakable link between the Sacred Warrant and the Adeptus Administratum. The second seal, the ocular lenses perched on her nose click as she riffles through moldering scrolls with her wrinkled fingers, is held in the Telecos Epsilon system, in accordance with Decree OL008ZIN. Unfortunately, after a fire 200 years ago, all that remains of the original decree is an addendum certified by an unknown adept with the initial AA. No instruction repealing this decree were ever received from Holy Terra. Therefore, the seal remains where it ought to be. Okay, let me read this again. Okay, it is in Telecos Epsilon system. I'm not sure I am understanding the rest, but we will check Janus. We will see what will happen. Why am I obliged to handle such a task myself? I am the rogue trader after all. Decree 424 Clause 79, Amendment 8 of the law on certifying a Mercatum Tabula Officiale with sponsorship of a bearer of the warrant of trade. The sponsoring rogue trader must be present at the placing and certifying of each seal. If this requirement is not met, the document will be deemed invalid. Fine Administratum servitors and have them place 2 seals of approval. The goal is clear. The Master of Seals nods with satisfaction. Please do return once you have prepared the documents. I guess I will be forced to do it. Let's go.
Powers unseen uncover my path.
Let's go back. So let's go back to the palace, I guess. I'd like to know. Yeah, it's about the seal. Okay, that's good. That's good. Let's continue. I guess I have to talk to Clemencia. Yeah, Jay is already over there, so I think I have to talk to her. Mistress Aidari, my patience is not easily exhausted, but you are coming very close. Can't read the rest. I can see the family resemblance with Abelard now. You cannot see farther than your own nose. Let the rogue trader decide. Decide what? Your lordship, I apologize for this ugly scene, but might I ask that you rein in Mistress Aidari and put a stop to her inflammatory actions toward me? As the Exalted One is my witness, Sherin, I've tried everything I could to spare you any unnecessary headache over the seals for the Mercatum Tabula Officiale. I even showed this aid with a temper worse than a sandstorm, the certificate with your signature, but your Chancellor merely kept baiting me away with a flay of baseless denials. I suspect that the reason for this has nothing to do with my humble personage. Clemencia purses her lips and glowers at Jay. Oh no, this isn't about me at all. Jay narrows her eyes as she peers into Clemencia's face, until the latter finally looks away. I see. Well, Chancellor, will you tell us yourself, or should I help you? Whatever is the matter, Mistress Verzerian? Let me check if I can say something more useful. Let's go with whatever is the matter, Mistress Verzerian. I am afraid that my words may anger your lordship. Clemencia lowers her head in shame, as if offering it up to be removed from her shoulders. The seal you are looking for was lost over a quarter of a century ago. Her ladyship Theodora von Valancius ordered a new one to be delivered from the Imperium. But as you may well know, we are a long way away from Holy Terra, and with warp storms ravaging the Cronus Expanse, we have been unable to receive a replacement to this day. Okay, I don't remember this. I presume the one responsible was punished promptly and harshly? Rest assured, Theodora von Valancius ordered to have the malefactor dealt with accordingly. Servitude in perpetuus, your lordship. He now performed his duty to the Imperium without reservation or error. However, she refers to her data slate. One of the worlds under Caligos Winterscale's rule, like Dargonus, was granted the honor of keeping the sacred sigils of the Administratum. The archives of House von Valancius mention 3 systems that are presently under the control of House Winterscale. Those would be the Forgotten Twins, Langren's Belt, and the Nameless Star. I am confident that the Administratum Palace is located on one of the planets there. So, one seal is on Janus, and the other one is on either Forgotten Twins, Langren's Belt, or Nameless Star. Okay, got it. We have a better chance of finding the seal in the pocket of some rich collector or fence than on a remote world owned by one of your rival Sherin. I suggest we make contact with any traders we may encounter in our travels. People in my line of work tend to have a good eye for such things. there is every possibility that someone has waited their whole life to fleece, to return the great relic to its rightful owner. Okay, I don't know what it is, but I guess I'm going to find out. There is something I must discuss with the Chancellor in private. Shush, Jay. Oh, by all means, Sherin. I dare not waste any more of the precious balm that is your time on matters related to me. If I may excuse myself. Okay, I don't think I can say anything useful, but let's go with this. I don't think this will be very useful. I need to certify this Mercatum Tabula officially. Could it be that you have found the lost seal, your lordship? Or have you perhaps brought a copy from a distant Winterscale world? Not yet. I shall humbly await the day when Dargonus has its seal once again. Yeah, that was my bad. I must take my leave. I am at your service at any time, day or night, your lordship. Again, day or night. Okay, so... yeah, okay. Contract, what can I do? This is good. After a successful attack, these gauntlets grant the wearer 50 chance to inflict the bleeding effect on enemies that fail a toughness test. If the wearer has dogmatic adherent, the test is made with a minus 20 penalty. It's not bad, it's not bad. Prelate Lunialia of the Order of the Hammer intends to bring throng of armed pilgrims to worlds that currently serve as the resting places of Saint Conathius relics and reclaim these objects in the name of faith, by force if necessary. Okay, profit, I'm going to take this for sure. Feast for the soul. An army of Drusian pilgrims is planning to travel to an unexplored sector and set up a colony in the name of the Emperor. To ensure that these fervent believers don't die on their journey, the cult of Saint Drusus requires a huge amount of food. You have it. Okay, plasteel, I think I have plenty of it. Not plenty, but enough. I think I need a mechanism and people. The factory world of Gensark incurred the wrath of the Omnissiah and has been struck by a major technological disaster. The machine spirits have gone to sleep inside the twisted industrial metalwork and damaged cogitators. The Forge Master needs supplies of materials and is offering skillful technomats in exchange. So... let's go with this, I think. Prometheum for security. Yeah, I have enough of it, so let's go with this. At the Departamento Monitorum Officio Tactica, analysts have noted an increase in pirate attacks. The Imperial Navy is planning on conducting a large-scale operation to eradicate the outlaws, but stocking up a sufficient amount of fuel has proven difficult. Let's go. Yeah, expense people, Prometheum and chemicals. I'm not sure about that. I think I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait also for this one because no, I'm not. Maybe I'm going to take it. After a successful attack, these gauntlets grant the wearer 50% chance to inflict the bleeding effect on enemies that fail a toughness test. It's not bad. It's not bad. Yeah, maybe let's go with this. And people, I think I can wait for this. Maybe I will need people at a point. Okay, let's go back. So I'm guessing I am heading towards Janus again. Maybe I can also talk to the Pyromancer. Okay, let's see what I can do. So where is Janus? Maybe I don't need to go there right now. Maybe I can go back to Mundus and maybe go over there, see what I can find, and let's check maybe Muro, Landgrain's Belt, and Nameless Star, I think, and Forgotten Twins, I guess. Yeah, maybe let's go with this. That's going to be the plan. Let's go. Okay, 5 profit factor, good. Projects, let's see what we can do. Okay. Oh, I think this one I have already checked it during the last episode, and this is really good, right? The user gain 1 AP and immediately resets cooldown. Yeah, this is really good. Let's check the other one. All enemies suffering from burning, toxin or bleeding suffer a minus 30 penalty to dodge. It's not bad, but this one looks really good, and I like the reputation with the explorators too. Let's go with this. And this one, this is just one weapon. The dodge is nice, but it's just against a human enemy. Let's go with this. Okay, full stun. Can do something over there too. So what can I do over there? Crusade. Security, I like that. Profit factor, this is good. The Rogue Trader and their allies gains plus 20% damage against demons. Okay, not bad. This will block Drusus, Footsteps, and the Shrine. Let's see what it is. I like security for all colonies. If the wielder kills an enemy with charge, this ability has no cooldown. Most warriors prefer swords for their yeah, we know about that. This is a really good sword, sorry. So maybe this could be good. The Drusian, I like also the... Yeah, I think I'm going to wait for this one. Maybe I can do something else. I'm going to gain 30% to the Pro Shield sector. What is a Pro Shield sector? One part of a void ship shield system. 2 shield arrays cover the ship's side. 1 protects its bow and 1 its stern. Okay. Profit factor, Fellowship of the Void, Heretical. Let's go with this one. Indulgences for sale. Okay, I think this is good. Sort by type. No. Old as to new. Okay. I will do this later on, I think. Let's continue. So, Mundus, what about the... No, I'm not going to do that now. Let's go over there and let's see what we can find. Okay. Chart new routes. I have also gained profit factor. Let's check this. Okay, it was very quick. Let's go with the rep, I guess. Let's visit the place. What is it? Maybe. Yeah, let's maybe Iliad. Yeah, let's go with them.
Embrace
The fall of Reichard Minoris is a blow to all of the Expanse. I imagine Winterscale will be enraged when he finds out.
I nurtured a spark of hope that Urak 5 could still be saved. But now my home is lost. Forever.
The ruins vaguely resemble the architecture of the Imperium, and yet there is some subtle difference to this structure.
Let's seize the opportunity.
Let us see what I found.
Good. Awareness. Xenotech. The remains of unknown structure are haphazardly strewn about the plateau.
Intriguing.
Lesson
Watch
learned.
your steps.
Okay.
Sometimes you consult the appropriate treatise on Tactica Imperialis and weigh every step. Sometimes, though, you just fire your biggest cannon and save the day.
%40%.
This master-crafted patella augment is not fit for a
No,
servitor.
okay. Let's go with demolition.
Never doubt me.
Okay. Two pattern. Okay, I think I can do something with a low warp. Let's try to boost it, I guess. Yeah, the goggles. A second look at this strange pattern is enough to send your mind reeling. Someone has carved a strange pattern on the floor. As you look at the lines, a fog descends over your mind. What was that? This human skeleton is curled up in an unnatural position. It is inside a void suit with a hole burnt right through it.
The world will bow.
Okay.
My warp sight reveals something.
What did you do? What did you do? Okay, good. What is it? A furious male voice is coming from the old box. This is Captain Trevor Durat, calling the Bullion. Get your asses back to the surface and get me out of here, you shits. My guts may be fused to my suit, but I am not dead yet, no matter how much you wish it were otherwise. A moment later, the raging tone gives way to strangled rasping. Hey, can any of you hear me? Respond. I will pay double. Just don't leave me here, damn it. It was going so well. We even figured out how to open the first sphere thanks to the pattern on the floor. Yeah. Who knew there would be so much trouble with the second one? I didn't. They didn't either. Cowards. The moment that beam was directed back, I was already lying with my guts turned inside out. And they were running off with my goods. Oh, Emperor, you forsen. Why would you leave me like that? I'm scared. Oh, yes, no, I don't want to die, not alone. Aren't you supposed to watch over all your children? Quiet, you lot, shut it already. I can't even hear myself. The recording is silent for a few moments, and all you can hear is the sound of someone pounding the shell of a void suit with a recording device. I'm cold. I wonder if I will die from lack of oxygen. Or will my organs give out earlier? The damned God, the damned Imperium, in the end, you will all serve the true masters. The human speech gradually deteriorates into an indecipherable mixture of howling and clicking sounds. Okay, this is going to hurt.
Unexplored.
Let's see, this is it. Okay, so you have to do something over there. Please, do it.
I shall repay your strike, shan't I?
Okay, redirect the beam. Okay. So I guess you have to do this shape or this one. Okay, let's just move this.
Speak, Elantark.
Okay, let's go. Okay, so this is not this one then. I guess.
I am not afraid to embrace the revelations that make others shriek and cover. That is the difference between me and ignorant filth.
Okay, so this is it. Let's do this. Okay. So I'm doing this right now, right? So let's do something else. Okay, this is better, right?
Powers unseen uncover my path.
This is it, right? Yeah. Okay. Ancient Force Sword. Whenever the wielder suffers energy, fire, power, or warp damage, this sword absorbs a part of the damage, reducing it by 3%. Let me check. 3%, what is it? Psi rating, okay. For their next attack. Gains reducing by Psi rating. The wielder gains Psi rating armor in percentage. Penetration for the next attack stacks. This is really good. This sword deals an additional +3 damage. Most warriors prefer swords for they provide... Yeah, we know about that. So let's take this. And this is for him, I guess. Yeah, this is better, that's for sure. I'm going to do this, maybe. I like the bleeding, but I don't think this is necessary with my executioner.
The world trembles beneath my
Okay,
feet.
let's try to do this one. So this line is going to be the last one. Okay. Severan, move your ass. I cannot interact with it. Okay. Everyone go there.
Intriguing.
Okay. So. This one is easy, right?
Time to leave my mark upon the galaxy.
Okay. Well, this one is correct. The rest is okay.
Embrace true power.
What's going to happen? I'm not sure. Okay, this is reversed, I think. Nope. Okay, the first one was easy, but I don't know why this one is more difficult. Oh, nice. Okay. Okay. Nice one. Whenever the wearer kills an enemy, they receive a stacking +5 bonus to willpower until the end of combat. Not bad, not bad. I guess it's for Argenta? Maybe? This one, I guess it's going to be for Elliot.
The Emperor is with us!
Nice one. Okay. Okay, prepare for the battle. Severan, where are you? You go there. Cassia, where can you go? I guess Abela, you go there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Should be able to charge, right? Lady Cassia. Let's go there. Come on. Maybe I'm not going to charge, right? I mean, I have the lady is here. Maybe this is going to hurt for her, but I think I'm going to take the risk. Elliot, you go there. I don't know. Maybe you don't go there because I don't know if this is going to work. Cassia there. Elliot there. Jay. Where can you go, Jay? Okay. Let's go with this. Why do I have this already? Okay, I don't know why I have this, but I'm going to take it.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Let's go with the over penetration over there.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
And the dodge. Okay.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Okay. Let's go with this.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Not crazy good. I'm going with this. I'm going to end this. Can you do this? No, it's not going to work. I think I'm going to do this on
If I may.
Abela. I'm going to point toward them. Let's go. Come on.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Okay, could be useful. Let's go with Abela.
In the name of House Orselio, I shall prevail.
I will do my duty.
Okay. Let's go with this.
At your beck and call. It will be done. Indeed.
Okay. Not bad. Not bad too. Okay, let's go with this.
Victory is imminent.
They dodge it. Okay. Let's go with this. I want to sweep. Let's go for a sweep. Sweep on this one. Good, Abelard. Good.
At your beck and call.
Monster. You're a monster. I was doing a sweep, so maybe I'm going to do a power swing. Maybe not power swing. Maybe a shove? No, I don't think this is good. Let's go with this one. Again.
I will do my duty. Yeah, sure hand.
Crazy good, Abla. My man.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
This is too easy. Abela, you deserved it. So finish them. Yeah, I think you can do
I
it.
can do that with the right incentive.
Swing like this.
Indeed.
You can't.
At your beck and call.
Whoops. Could have done things differently, but who is next? This guy? Okay.
You've got a problem, I've got a prize.
I can't. I don't want to do this.
Sow the seeds of discord.
Who is next? Yeah, I'm going to give you this. Okay. Doesn't need it. Oh. Too bad.
If it serves your cause. I understand your intent.
This is going to hurt.
This tedium is beneath me.
Oh, I forgot about this. Of course. So maybe killing it's not a good idea. Okay, let's do this. Let's see what I can do with this one. Doesn't matter. Now let's. He's sleeping, so we're going to let him sleep. We are going to. Maybe we are not going to let him sleep. Let's have some fun.
Ancestors, guide me!
Okay, this was a miss. I can't put myself on fire, yeah, because I'm going to get, but I could, but I'm not going to do it. Doesn't matter. Can I do this? No attack of opportunity.
I will triumph. Ruin beckons. Rend the flesh, shatter the spirit.
Okay. I think I'm going to do this. It's not much.
One step closer.
Maybe I should have done this with him.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Purpose guides me. I need no blood-soaked tribute.
Okay. Let's put myself on fire.
My resolve is unshaken. I will triumph.
Okay. Let's say hello.
Ruin beckons.
No, I can't do this. Let's do this.
Accept my offering.
Okay, good.
An exemplary strike.
Well, Argenta, what can you do? If you go there, I'm afraid. What?
I'll
If you
do
go
it.
there, no. I didn't want to do that. It's too late, I guess. Yeah. I think this is okay. This is okay. This looks okay.
Doubt is for the weak.
Good.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Faith without deeds is worthless. The enemies of the Emperor will be undone!
Nice dodge. Nice dodge. But it's not going to be enough.
A tactically sound approach.
They are dodging. They are dodging. Move.
It will be done.
Okay, I don't think you will be able to dodge right now. But I can't move, so I can move. I can. This is good.
I will do my duty.
Next one is 1 AP. Let's go with a sweep.
At your beck and call. I took care of this one.
Nice one. Okay, that was a good fight. A good fight. Not a difficult one, but it went well. Okay, let's see what we can do with them. I think I'm going to go back to the ship, and or maybe not, because you never know what's going to happen next. So let's see what we can do with Cassia. Cassia. So we have chosen before Blood Augury, and we are going to choose. What are we going to choose? Let me check. Perception it was, and Blood Augury. Okay. Let's see what we can do now. Okay. Let's see. Allies that are targeted by the navigator's power gains plus 10% armor. This additional armor is reduced by the amount of veil degradation and increased by the infusing parameter of the currently equipped navigator staff. This could be very good. Let me check. So it could be this one or another one. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to choose this one. It's a really good one. If I'm playing with Heinrichs, it's going to be even better because of their degradation. So let's go with this, I guess. Let's go with this. I'm gaining armor. Pure and simple. Okay. Let's go with Abelard next. Abelard. So Abelard, what are we going to do? Last time we have chosen dual weapon specialist, and now this time we are going to choose. Let me check. Flash fire. The cost of wildfire is reduced by 1 AP for every 3 stacks of versatility instead of 4. So we are going to be able to hit a little more. Let me check again. Yeah, I think that was the good choice. Next one. Next one is Elliot. What can we do with you? We have chosen before deadly accuracy. And now we are going to choose heightened concentration. Whenever the bounty hunter scores a critical hit, they gain plus 7% armor penetration until the end of combat stacks, and 7% because it's related to perception. More perception, more armor penetration. Let me check again, just to be sure. Yeah, I think we are going to go with this one. Next one. Severan, what can we do with you? We are going to choose. What are we going to choose? We have chosen Psychium Majoris before, and now let's go with Master of Torture. The executioner deals 5% more damage to a target for each type of damage over time effect inflicting on the target, and we are inflicting poison, bleed, and fire. So this is really good, of course. J. We have chosen Logic and Fellowship last time. Let's see, we are going to choose Hidden Advantage. All the Master Tactician's abilities work as if the Master Tactician has 8 more stacks of tactical advantage, and it's related to Fellowship. So more Fellowship, more stacks. Okay. Argenta. We have chosen before Overpower, and now same as Abelard. Flash Fire to reduce the cost of Wildfire again. And this is it. Let's see what I can equip with her. Yeah, I like the perception bonus. I can't give this to... yeah, it will not work. Shiri has a good perception, I think. Yeah, even more than Cassia, so... And Argenta. Yeah, willpower. I'm going to wait for this one. I'm not sure. Maybe willpower will be better for for Cassia. Yeah, it makes sense, I think. But she's not killing too many enemies. That's why I was hesitant. But let's go with this for now, at least. I think this is everything I could do in this place.
I tread a path unexplored.
So let's go back maybe to the bridge. I want to upgrade the other team members. Because of skill checks mainly. Let's see what I can do with Idira now. Idira, maybe, yeah, let me do something with Heinrichs first, because I wanted to do something with the crow. I think I'm going to choose this one. Yeah, it's less willpower, but I will be able to relocate him more often, and with him I need to do that. Let me read this again. The Cyber Raven is adjacent to 2 or more creature after relocate is used on it. Psychic powers relayed through this Cyber Raven are calculated as if Psi rating were increased by 1 until the end of the Overseer turn. If the Overseer has Iconoclast add around, they can relocate twice per turn. Yeah, I'm not an Iconoclast, so he's not right. I have to check it, but I don't think he is. Yeah, he's dogmatic for sure. So maybe this is not. Maybe this is not better. I think this is better because of the Psi rating increased by 1, right? Yeah, let's try. I mean, let's try. And maybe do I give this weapon to Heinrichs? Whenever the wielder suffers energy, fire, power, or warp damage, the sword absorbs a part of that damage. No, I don't think. I think this is better on him. That's for sure, right? Yeah. I'm going to keep it. Yeah, I'm going to keep it for now, at least. Okay, let's check Idira. What can I do with you? So we have chosen before melting armor. And now we are going to choose, let me check again, melting armor. Every time an enemy suffers damage from the Psyker, that enemy's armor is reduced by 5%. If the enemy's armor is already 0, that deflection is reduced by 1 instead, okay? So now we are going to choose Rite of Calibration. The first use of the Overseer's ability in combat cost -1 AP. Good. Pascal, what can you do? Or what can you have? We have chosen safety training. Let's go with something else. I just need to find it. don't see it. Let me check again. Yeah. Let me check. Yeah, I wasn't looking at the right place, sorry. Whenever the bounty hunter scores a critical hit, they gain +5 armor penetration, 5% armor penetration until the end of combat stacks. Yeah, this is good for him. It's not game breaking, but it's a little more damage for him. Kibela. She's becoming very strong. We have chosen Dracari weapon proficiency, and now we are going to choose the same as what we have chosen for Severan. So Master of Torture to deal more damage based on every type of damage over time we are doing. Okay. Let's go with this. And then Heinrichs. So this one makes him more reliable. We are going to choose Warp Buffer on him. If the Overseer is within 4 cells of the Cyber Raven, whenever the Overseer triggers Peril of the Warp, it affects a random enemy inside that area instead of the Overseer. If there are no enemies in this area, Perils of the Warp affect the Overseer as usual. This is really good, obviously. Let's go back to the bridge. And let's check the place. Did I do everything over there? I think. Okay, let's continue. Adamantine. I don't think I have adamantine on me, so we are going to take it, even if it's not... 2 is not too much. Wonders of Nature. The Lone Mountain chain is composed entirely of a mineral with a shiny, marrow-like surface. The mineral itself has no particular value for production, but its properties make this place incredibly beautiful. The sky is brilliantly reflected in the many surfaces of the plateau, oddly shaped rocks, stone arcs, and columns. The view is especially stunning on clear starry nights, or when aurora trails dance in the sky. The Enrapture crew have asked the Lord Captain's permission to visit this remarkable place. I am a little afraid of what is going to happen, but grant shore leave. The shore leave passed without incident, and the ship's officers talked about it for weeks afterward. Good. The place made a particular impression on Lady Aidari, and she could be heard saying over and over, "This would make a fine spot for a palace. And pity you can bring highborns here on tours." Okay. Let's fight this, I guess. As soon as you draw close to the unknown ship, it points its loaded cannons directly at you. Several other ships emerge from the shadows of drifting asteroids, tightly encircling you. Captain Xanta Labouche offers a mocking greetings and a proposition. You can buy your way out of this, but the price must be to her soul's satisfaction. The outrageous suggestion sends your crew into a fury. You are in a no-win scenario. You can enter an uneven fight and lose everything, or shamefully pay to save your skin, sacrificing only your pride. I mean, can I... Let's save this one. I can't save. Shit. Let's try to attack the nameless ship first to gain the upper hand. How many ships I am going to fight on this one? I don't know. Let's find out. Okay, where? Okay. So first we do this. What was that? Okay.
They are exposed. Unleash your weaponry.
Yeah, but I have nothing more, so... What do you want me to do? Maybe this? That's good enough. Yeah, not good enough. Not good enough. Do I do this? I think if I go there, I won't be able to... I won't be touched by anything, like... Let's go there.
Darkness reached us.
Come on, my shield is already destroyed, that's crazy. Okay. So let's go with a torpedo. That's not too bad. Okay, they are going to disengage, so this is not bad. I'm guessing I'm going to move the ship. Let's try to do this, I guess. Okay. Maybe before doing this, let's do this. What? No, I don't want to do this. But maybe that's a good thing for me. Maybe. Okay. Let's make a U-turn. Can I target this? I'm not even sure. I think I'm going to try to shoot at it. Yeah, maybe let's try to shoot at it. Now I'm going to... I think I'm going to wait. Okay. Maybe let's go with... I think if I go there, it's better, right? Okay. Come on, it's crazy.
Steady now. Just one precise hit.
Yeah, one precise hit, but come on, man. Can't do much, right? Oh, I can do this. I can have two of them. Crazy. Okay, do I need this? I don't think this is going to be able to shoot at me, right? This could, I guess. Nice one. Okay. So maybe let's try to kill them now.
never tremble.
Okay. Let's go with this, I think. Okay. Not bad. It's not going to be useful. Let's go with this. Yeah, let's continue. Okay, let's fire at him.
Another enemy sundered by the void.
Nice one. Yeah, let's finish them. So I can do this, I think. Should be enough, right? Nice one. Okay, let's repair the ship. What can I... Okay, I have to click this. Okay, I'm not going to do it. Let's see in terms of post what I can upgrade. I'm wondering if Pascal should not be there. No, it doesn't matter. Okay. And maybe instead of yeah, I could upgrade it with him. Okay, you stay there, but I will change later on. Okay, so let's see where we are now. Okay. So I think we need to go to maybe Muro. It was. Let's check the quest. It was Forgotten Twins, Langren's Belt, or Nameless Star System. Okay, this is over there. Let's go there. I think I can do this, right? Do I go to Mundus? Let's go there. Let's do this. The warp jump went smoothly enough, although many crew members reported strange incidents. While they were asleep, they sensed someone approaching them and laying a hand on their forehead. Then the hand seemed to pass through their skin, through their skull, and with tender motions sorted their jumbled thoughts into some sort of order. Magos Pascal noted that the mysterious incident had allowed him to remember a few highly obscure tech rituals, which it seemed he had never studied in the first place. The Hematarium released us from its grip, this time. Okay, let's go. Let's see if I have something to do over there. I don't think I have, right? What is it? I don't know what it is. Plasteel. Plastine 1. I'm curious about this. I think I'm going to check. I'm going to take this. Okay. Let's check Janus and. Okay. Nothing is being done over there. Requiem matter. Whenever the wearer kills the target with a melee attack, all enemies in a 2-cell range around the wearer suffer 4 mental damage. 4 mental because of willpower. I like this one. It's not blocking anything, I think. So maybe I should do this. And this one. Yeah, this one I'm not sure. So this is a really good weapon, I think. I like also the rep with the Dragons. But is it better than this one? The Rogue Trader and their allies gain 20% damage against demons. I don't know. Security is nice. I think I'm going to take the rep for this one. Let's check Drusus. Accuser of Sin. The charge ability deals additional damage equal to 4 against demons and Xenos. This one I don't really like it. I think I'm going to take this one. Let's go with this. Okay. Do I have the weapon already or no? I have to wait, right? Yeah, I have to wait. When the Rogue Trader ship approaches the Abductus Mechanicus Void Station, it is met with the hostile scrutiny of the station defense laser. An exploiter, Lex Mechanic, who introduces himself as Service Unit 42, dispassionately inquires how the station can be of use of the Rogue Trader. I think I'm going to leave the exploiter station and go back over there. I wanted to do something else. Let's go back to the bridge. I need to check what I can buy, I think. Okay. Contact the Curiosity Merchant from the Dagonus Place. A cyber beast needs new equipment. Okay, I can buy this. Cyber Raven. I can. Okay, good. The Cyber Raven gains 30 willpower. At the start of combat, Veil Degradation is increased by 5. That's the one I want. While Veil Degradation is 10 or more, the Cyber Raven suffers no damage, and any Relayed Psychic Powers deal an additional 16 warp damage to enemy affected. Yeah, that's the one I wanted. Really good. For this one, I think I'm going to play a little more with Heinrichs. I don't have anything for Heinrichs, I think. Nothing new, I think. Not really. But it's a good weapon. Let me check what I have. After a successful attack, this gauntlet grants the wearer a 50% chance to inflict the bleeding effect on enemies that fail a toughness test. I think this one is better for him, but it's a good one. Okay, let's check the other vendor. So, let's start with the Imperial Navy. What can I do? Not much. Okay, with you, I'm sure I can do something, right? So, it's tradable, yeah. And I don't really... just selection, Xeno artifact. I guess. Let's go with Xeno artifact, I guess, right? Yeah, at least one. Or heretic trophies. Oh. Yeah, let's go with this. Selectable. I could do much. Apex Predator Gloves. If the wearer has already gained a bonus from Hunt Down the Prey, whenever they kill a target marked as spray, they gain a stacking bonus from this ability once again. That bonus duplicates the highest tier bonus from Hunt Down the Prey that the wearer has already gained. Okay, good. So this is for Elliot. Do I need this? Melta Charge, I don't need this. I don't need the pistol. Maybe for J, but I don't really need it. The shield could be useful for Heinrichs. Block chance, let me check how many block chance he has. It was 35 and this one is... yeah, this is better. This is better. Okay, let's go back. Select everything. Okay. This one could be nice. It's not better than the one I have. Toughness. I like the toughness. This is better. Okay. Take this. Okay, let me check the other one. The Explorator, the Axe. The Axe for Abella. How much do I need? Could do this too. The Axe for Abella. The Axe for Abella. Balika. This is each time the wearer spends 10 stack of tactical advantage, they gain 1 resolve until the end of combat. Interesting, but not crazy. Telepath staff. The wielder of this staff, power level 9, gains the Vision of Death ability. Vision of Death. The target must pass a willpower resistance test or suffer mental damage equal to Psyker staff power level plus Psyker Psy rating, plus 30% of its current wounds. The later part of the damage cannot exceed 30. If passed, the target instead suffer Psyker staff power level mental damage. Okay. This is interesting. This is interesting. For Heinrichs too. I think I'm going to go with them. Yeah, I think I'm going to try this. Let me check again one more time on this one. think it's time to upgrade the Casbalica. The Casbalica. So we need 4k 200. Okay. 4k 200. Sorting. Okay, let's sort this. Okay. Let's keep some provision. I don't mind the jewelry. Maybe I 4k 200. Okay, Xeno Octopus. I can give this, I guess. Let's remove the Xenos. Okay, I can't. It's close enough. And let's take this. Check if I can do something. Okay, I have. Okay. I can take this now. $32. Yeah, I can. Could take one more level. These boots grant the wearer plus 15% dodge reduction bonus for attacks with melee weapon. Interesting, but not crazy good. This item grants the wearer a plus 5 bonus to parry reduction. If the wearer has conviction iconoclast, all allies gain plus 12 each chance against enemy adjacent to the wearer. The wearer automatically dodges allies' melee attack. Could be good for Abelard, but not better than the one he has. So I don't think this is useful. For now, at least. Can I do something with you? Let's see. No, I can't. I can't reach it, so it's not useful. With you, I don't think I can do much, right? Riza, what can I do? Nothing. And the Imperial Navy. Did I check this already? Yes, and I can do nothing. So the only one is the Dredgen. And I can choose one more level, but I don't think I'm going to do it. I'm not going to do it for now. Let's see what I can do or what I can equip. As a staff, I think the staff is authentic. It's not working on. I can do this. I can use it with Idira, yeah, but I'm not going to do it. Whenever the wearer hits an opening with the charge, slash, or dance macabre ability, they inflict bleeding 10 on the target. What's an opening? Yeah, whenever the assassin hits an opening, including overpenetration, they'll deal an additional plus 10% of target's maximum wounds damage. I can't create opening for now, so it's completely useless. This one goes to Iliet, I think. What do you have? I think this is better, but I am not even sure. Pascal, what do you have? Ah. Yeah, I think this is better. Critical hit chance. No, I'm not going to choose this for anyone else. Grenade. This is good, but this is good. Okay. Flamer pistol. I'm not going to use this with anyone. So this one is better because of the toughness for him, I think. Let's equip it. And Kibela, what do you have? Yeah, I think I prefer this one too for her. Do I? Better armor. And better dodge, so let me check again the dodge. Okay, it's a flat number. Oh, no, it's based on agility, sorry. I think this is it better? It's not really better because I'm losing agility in fact. Yeah, I'm losing agility. I think I'm going back with this one. Medium armor, medium. Who is using medium? Not many people. I think the only one is Jay. Maybe I could use this one with let's see. Plus 10 armor against human enemies, plus 10% dodge. I think I'm going to go with her. Yeah, this is better for her. And this one is really nice too. Okay, and the wearer can use shield swing with their shield attack against multiple enemies in the area. The wearer shield's attack deals an additional +3 damage. Shield swing. What are you using now? No, this is not better for you. Let's check the project I can do. No, this one I can do nothing. This one too.